What is up, guys? Artemis here, and today we will be reviewing part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like I said, I got y'all with the content, and as you can see right here, we have Josuke Higashikata's stand, Crazy Diamond. Okay, so the review will start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so as you can see. First on the part overall. Part 4 is like something you can have fun with. Like it's basically like a slice of life mystery mixture of and stand battles and all. So part 4 really is one of my favorite parts. I like part 4 and part 7. So yes, part 4, as you can see, Jotaro Kujo returns as a returning protagonist from part 3. And as you can see for Star Platinum, as you can see, Jotaro Kujo's stand is still Star Platinum. And notice how and this is not Star Platinum, by the way. That's yeah. So as you can see, on Josuke Higashikata, he is a chill dude. He is chill. He is a friendly dude, but if you make fun of his haircut, he will go crazy. Like this, for example. His stand is Crazy Diamond, who is currently punching right now against Star Platinum stand user Jotaro Kujo. So yeah, Josuke overall is one of my favorite Joe bros, and I love him a lot, and I'm glad to see that Jotaro comes back. So yeah, if you make fun of Josuke's haircut, you're basically in for a lot of trouble. And Crazy Diamond's ability is that he can reverse things. As you can see here, let's say like someone's like really about to die, he can reverse that. So he's basically our first healing Joestar that can heal, pretty much. And as you can see here, Crazy Diamond's fight against Aqua Necklace, against Angelo Katakiri. And Josuke's grandpa, as you fortunately see on the screen, has died. This is a scene where his grandpa dies. So yeah, part 4 is more, you can enjoy it, you can have fun with it, and you can literally like just relax, chill, and see what's going on Josuke's adventures in the small town of Morio in Japan. Last time in part 3, it took place around all kinds of places in the world, and the end game was Cairo, Egypt. Here, it takes place in a small town named Morio. So basically, yeah. So basically, Crazy Diamond, one of my favorite stands, but not on my top 10. And Josuke Higashikata is one of my favorite Joestars. And the storyline on this is that Josuke Higashikata is the, well, let's say a fair or a bastard. He is Joseph Joestar's son. Basically, Joseph Joestar cheated on his wife and went to Japan to basically impregnate the girl, and thus Josuke Higashikata was born. And as you can see here, further details on Josuke. He does show up a lot in this part, but in my opinion, I think Koichi has more episodes than him. Here's his fight against Rohan. And basically, the thing about Josuke is that after he basically beats his enemies, they like either becomes friends with him or they hang out with him. So for example, Rohan's getting beat up badly, and there's even a time where him and Jotaro went route hunting. He's also had a little practice with a stand, and yeah. Josuke Higashikata is, in my opinion, one of the best Joestars. If not like my 4th or 3rd, next to Josuke Higashikata from Jojo Leon, which you will see later on. So yeah, Josuke is cool. Crazy Diamond's cool. I like them both, and yeah. And I'm glad to see that Jotaro returns as a protagonist, and he actually does kind of help out in the for the small town of Morio and all these stand users. Now on to the Joe Bros. There really is like a lot of Joe Bros to go through. So first we're gonna go through the Joe Bro himself, Okuyasu Nijimura. So Okuyasu Nijimura is a rich kid, and his stand is called the Hand. The hand can basically teleport or erase things. So what the hand can do, as you can see here with its right hand, it can teleport you towards Okuyasu so you can do a beatdown, or it can erase half your body, half a sign, and he's basically as confident in his right hand, and that's why it's called the hand. And as you can see, at first he fights Josuke, but then he becomes friends with Josuke when it's revealed that his dad and Dio is actually mentioned in this part. It's just that Dio has nothing, almost have nothing to do with this part. The only thing he has to do with it is Okuyasu's motivation. So Okuyasu basically becomes best friends with Josuke. Besides Koichi and everything. So yeah, and in my opinion, I like Koichi like a lot. You can argue, I mean, like I can argue that he outshines Josuke kind of because he does have more solo episodes than Josuke. And but the first few episodes, Josuke has his own solo time. The rest of them is like about one specific character, and it shows Josuke and Okuyasu going through a certain character. So the story here is that his dad was basically taken over by some kind of acidic flesh bud from Dio Brando from part 1 and 3. And his brother Keicho Nijimura kind of died by this guy right here, Red Hot Chili Peppers. And basically Okuyasu wanted his revenge, so he went out on a revenge quest, but then he became friends with Josuke, Koichi, became allies with Jotaro, and yeah, Okuyasu is one of the best JoBros in my opinion. And yeah, and also and as you can see here, Okuyasu does not play that. But yeah, that's enough of Okuyasu. Okuyasu is one of the best JoBros in my opinion, and his power is he can teleport things to him, he can erase things, and his stand is called the hand. And now we have Koichi Hirose. We see him at the beginning of part 4. As you can see, he's a little midget right there. We see him at the beginning of part 4. And in my opinion, I would say he has more solo episodes than Josuke Gashikata himself. So as you can see here, his stand is called Echoes. This is Act 1 of him. And Act 1 of Echoes' ability is that if he basically like slaps you, okay. So there's cartoony Japanese words, as you can see by Tamami by his fight with the Lock, dude. If Echo slaps you, punches you, there'll be like Japanese signs on your face, and it'll read sound effects like boom or echo, and like and that's Echo's Act 1. And it sends like an echo like through your brain and inside your ear. So yeah, Koichi Hirose, in my opinion, is actually a really good main protagonist. He appears later on in part 5 to help out Jotaro Kujo. And yeah, Koichi, in my opinion, is not the protagonist, but he's still like a really major antagonist because he helps out. Because he's seen after part 4, so he helps out Jotaro and everything with Jotaro's business. And Jotaro, in this, speaking of Jotaro Kujo in this part, he became a marine biologist, and he can still stop time, but it kind of slipped down to half a second. But we'll get into that later. It says Koichi Hirose, the first act, Echoes, and yeah, he can throw sound effects at you and crap, and it can like affect your mind. You can hear the sound effects. And let's go on to the next act 2. So Koichi Hirose was captured by one of the simps of Jojo, Yukiko. Her power is her hair. She is Koichi's crazy stalker who traps him in a house, but then she becomes Koichi's girlfriend later. Just kind of weird. And Echo's Act 2, what he can do is he can bring the sound effects to life. So let's say like, for example, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Echo's Act 2 has a longer meter than Echo's Act 1. He can actually like track people and everything. And what Echo's Act 2 can also do is that he can basically like, okay, so let's say, alright, so here it is. Here's right here. So let's say Yukiko's basically like about to die, right? And then look, boing. So basically what Echo's Act 2 can do is that he brings the sound effects to life, and let's say like I'm about to fall off a cliff and like on the ground. If Echo's Act 2 touches the ground, it'll bounce me right back up so freaking high. So yeah, that is Echo's Act 2's ability. And it's actually really, overall, really good ability, in my opinion. Yeah, so Act 2 is pretty cool. And over here we have the final act, Echoes Act 3. in my opinion, it's like the first, like one of the first sentient stands in all of JoJo. It can talk. It can talk to Koichi and everything. Its range slips down to 3 meters, but it's actually like a pretty cool stand. So Echo's Act 3's ability is that basically, all right. So he has two abilities. He has his echoes and he has his Act 3 freeze. So as you can see over here, he has his own barrage. And I'll give and he Echo's Act 3 can basically make things like get stuck to the ground and like it gives off like some kind of like radiation. Says you'll know this guy later because I won't explain him. He's one of my favorite characters in JoJo. So basically it's called Act 3 Freeze. So what he can do is he can basically like, okay, let's say he punches something or he slaps something or like just echoes at something. Basically what those things can do is that they can it can literally just like suck you to the ground. Like you'll literally be stuck to the ground with the echoes. And as you can see here, he's affecting Yoshikage Kira. You'll know him later. Yeah, but that's so far that's Echo's Act 3. And yeah, and I'll give you more examples of his 3 freeze. Like that, for example. He can freeze you to the ground, basically. And yeah, he also appears... Oh yeah, and fun fact, before we do this, Koichi appears later on in part 5. And he does the same 3 freeze to Giorno Giovanna, the protagonist of part 5. But we'll get into that later, and that'll be like my first feature and everything. So yeah, Act 3. So yeah, Echo's Act 3, and he kind of failed to get at Giorno, so kind of sucks. It's kind of tough. So yeah, that's Koichi Hirose, in my opinion, a great protagonist. And next up, oh my god, the background's so weird. It's so glitched. Alright. Over here we have Rohan Kishibe, professional mangaka. Yeah, that's Rohan. Yeah, that's Rohan with the green hair right there. I see he's tearing off. That's Rohan. So yeah, Rohan Kishibe is a professional mangaka.
I'm home to you, right?
Yeah. Alright. I'm back. So back to what I was saying. So yeah, Rohan Kishibe's ability is called Heaven's Door. So basically, let's say alright, so let's say Rohan Kishibe has the ability to touch your face and turn it into manga pages, as you can see what's happening to Koichi. And what he can do is he can write inside of these manga pages, and he can like rip them off and do like a page or two. So let's say for example, someone's attacking Rohan Kishibe. If he manages to like stun them and make them knock out and go completely comatose, get up. That's what I was saying. So what if Rohan was like getting attacked by someone and Rohan can just like stun him, knock him out with the manga pages, and he can write stuff in like, I will not attack Rohan Kishibe. And basically what will happen is they won't be able to attack Rohan Kishibe. So yeah, Heaven's Door really does help. And Heaven's Door really is a helpful stand for mangas, and basically I would think Rohan's like really the representation of Araki, and I know it's obvious, but I'm just saying it. He's literally like the representation of Araki. Yeah, he later becomes friends with Josuke, but he does make the mistake of making fun of Josuke's hair. So overall, Rohan is a good pro tag, a good Joe bro, in my opinion. I would count him as a Joe bro. So next one. Oh yeah, this is a returning character. This is Jotaro Kujo in his stand Star Platinum. This time it's Star Platinum, the world. Basically, Star Platinum the world in part 4 can stop time for about half a second, basically. But later on, it goes up to 1 second, and as time progresses, right here, it goes to like 2 seconds. So yeah, Jotaro's time stop in the limit of part 4 is 2 seconds. You can't really spam it. He still has to like wait a while to do it. And this is like just a montage of Star Platinum the world. So yes, Jotaro Kujo returns. He's a major character. He helps out Josuke, and Koichi is like most likely his partner. That's Star Platinum. The world I don't really need to explain much. It's your typical punching ghost, except Star Platinum's a little nerfed because basically Jotaro hasn't been really using his stand. So I don't have to really explain Star Platinum as much. And now and then we get to the minor enemies. We get the water, which is a jail prisoner called Angelo Katakuri, or Angelo. Josuke defeats him. There's a whole line of soldiers which is the stand of Okuyasu's dead brother Keicho. And then we have the lock, which is when Koichi activates his Act 1. I don't really want to do surface. Oh yeah, Love Deluxe is the stand of Yukiko Yamagishi. Basically, Koichi's stalker turned girlfriend. She simps for Koichi like a lot for some reason. And it's like you haven't even known the guy. So it's like, why would you like trap him in a house and everything? Basically put him through hell. But yeah, she was defeated and then she turned into a good guy and she became Koichi's girlfriend. Over here we have Pearl Jam. He's basically just the stand of a chef, as you can see. Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's a pretty important villain. Basically what he does is that he can travel through any electric socket, any electric light. He can travel through anything that's long has electricity in it. And he's the one responsible for killing Keicho, Okuyasu's brother, and he does get defeated by Josuke, of course. He also tries his best to try to kill the old version of Joseph Joestar, but he ultimately fails, and Josuke is able to defeat him later on. Next up we have Acton Baby. Okay, so she is like another Joestar, and as you can see on the right of Josuke, that is older Joseph, or oldest Joseph Joestar. So he's lived long pretty much. And Shizuka Joestar is just Joseph's adoptive daughter / Josuke's adoptive sister, and she basically just goes invisible and makes everything invisible around her. So it's really not much to explain. Rat, just a rat. Harvest. Okay, this belongs to another important Joe bro, but not Joe bro. Shigechi Yongio, or Shigekio Yongio. And he's basically a greedy. He basically turns out as a pure little kid, but he's kind of a greedy prick. And to Josuke and Okuyasu, and yeah, and he unfortunately dies by the main villain. You have Cinderella, who just beautifies, and here we have the main villain right here. My favorite JoJo villain thus far is this guy right here with the suit and tie on, Yoshikage Kira, and his stand is named Killer Queen. And fun fact, Killer Queen is my favorite stand. It's my number one stand actually in JoJo's. Yeah, and he basically blew up Shigechi. So basically what Kira can do is, all right, so Kira is a serial killer who has a hand fetish. Basically, he has a little bit of a hand fetish. So he'll like take the hands of women and like taste them, marry them, and act like they're a whole real person, which kind of makes it weird. And what I like about Kira is that he wants to live a quiet life. He's basically an introvert. He just wants to live a quiet life. He wants to like, be like a serial killer quietly. He wants to be like a normal guy. And Killer Queen is my favorite stand. It's always going to be my favorite stand. You cannot change my mind whatsoever. And later on in the part, Kira has to like basically like switch out a guy's face and put it on his body. Because he does this really, look, right here, he does this really strategical thing where he cuts off his hand and then it spawns sheer heart attack, which is a little toy that you saw Koichi punch earlier. So he can spawn sheer heart attack, and Killer Queen's ability right now is anything he touches can turn into a bomb. So and Killer Queen will detonate it as if he has a detonator in his hand. And yeah. Basically Killer Queen did a smart thing where he sliced off Kira's hand to get sheer heart attack out, and Kira when he switches out the faces, when he switches faces, he has a new hand and he has a new face to disguise himself as a kid's father. So yeah. So you say Yoshikage, Kira's stand, Killer Queen, so thus far my favorite stand. And later on you'll see Kira's other ability, which is basically, I think it's bites the dust. Won't really spoil what it is. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's right here. Yeah, anything touches can turn to a bomb. I'm not counting high. I'm not gonna do Hayato Kawajiri because I'm not. Cause yeah. Check and again, Killer Queen doesn't really get used much ever again. Oh yeah, and over here we have Sheer Heart Attack. As I was talking about earlier, it is Kira's substand, and it basically is a part of Killer Queen's hands. So Killer Queen gets bomb these little bomb turrets, little bomb tanks out of his hands. It looks like a little toy tank, and Jotaro can really punch through it. And basically, what it can do is it tracks the hottest temperature and attacks it and blows it up. So it's basically like a heat-seeking destruction weapon. And it did explode Jotaro, actually. It did, like, injure Jotaro, but he was fine. So, yeah. Gets Kira's substand. We're gonna skip this. We're gonna skip, like, non-important, like, things. You'll just be seeing, like... Or here we go. And then here's my final stand on this list. It is Killer Queen bites the dust. After Kira gets stabbed by the arrow physically, not like with a stand or anything, basically what happens is he becomes a tiny little kitty cat named called Killer Queen bites the dust. If a Killer Queen bites the dust do is that if you look at Yoshikage Kira, if you try to say anything about Yoshikage Kira, he basically makes you a bomb. So Yoshikage he's busy blowing up Rohan. So yeah, he still has that thing where anything he touches can turn into a bomb. But see, the thing is, he can set up the bomb. So it's like if you speak about Yoshikage Kira, if you try to do anything to Yoshikage Kira, he'll basically blow you up and restart the whole freaking day. That's what Vice Dust can do. It rewinds time. Basically, he just keeps blowing up Rohan over and over and over again. So if you try to if you don't accept your fate or accept your future, Bites the Dust will just start again. Every time Bites the Dust gets detonated, it'll restart the day. And as you can see, spoiler alert for part 4, Killer Queen dies at the end of his part by Jotaro Kujo. Basically. Okay, sorry for the short, you didn't see anything, okay. Anyway, yeah. So back on Star Platinum, okay. So basically, here's what happened to Yoshikage Kira. Everyone was already on the verge of getting after Kira, ganging up on him and everything. So basically, what Kira did was he was about to activate Bites the Dust on every single person, including the woman. And the thing is, Kira's hand was already 3-freezed. And then it gave Jotaro enough time to actually stop time and beat the absolute crap out of Yoshikage, breaking his hand, breaking every single bone, basically. And he wasn't really the one that caused Kira's death. Let's say spoiler alert, Kira just got his head ran over by an ambulance. But yeah, this moment of Jotaro was pretty cool, even though he basically just took Josuke's W. Yeah, but thoughts on part 4. It's overall a really good part. You should actually watch it. You should watch part 4. Part 4 is one of my favorite parts. And I rate part 4 a 10 out of 10. And that has been it for Artemis Figueroa. And next time I'll be working on part 5, and then we can finally go on to part 6, 7, and 8. So that's it, guys. Artemis out.